Elite snipers shadows from the deadliest forces. Picture this, you're looking at over a mile of open ground. A sneaky crosswind can shove your bullet feet off target. You get one shot. And the lives of your entire team. They're riding on it. Welcome to the world of the elite sniper. These are the ghosts of the battlefield, trained to make flawless shots from frankly impossible distances. They are silent predators and unseen guardians who can change the course of a battle with a single, perfect shot. Their names become legends, whispered in fear by their enemies and in awe by their allies. But who are these men and women? What kind of insane pressure and relentless training forges a person into a human weapon? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the clandestine world of the military's deadliest marksmen. We'll get into the brutal training, the cutting-edge tactics, and the battlefield achievements that turn these operators into legends. From the frozen forests of Finland to the sun-baked rooftops of Iraq, we're going right into the crosshairs of history. We'll break down the psychology that lets someone stay perfectly calm with another person's life in their sights, explore the science that guides a bullet across miles, and tell the stories of the absolute masters of this lethal art. This isn't just about the longest shots or the highest kill counts. This is about the discipline, the brains, and the iron will it takes to become a shadow, a ghost, a legend. This is the story of the elite sniper. The making of a shadow, the grueling training. So, what does it really take to become a sniper of this caliber? It all starts with one of the most brutal selection and training programs on the planet. This isn't just about teaching a soldier to shoot, it's about fundamentally rewiring them. It's about forging a mind that's as much a weapon as the rifle in their hands. The path to becoming a sniper isn't a doorway, it's a filter with microscopic holes. For every 100 soldiers who think they have what it takes, maybe a handful will ever earn the title. Take the U.S. Army Sniper Course at what is now Fort Moore, Georgia. Hundreds apply each year, but only about half graduate the punishing 7-week program. The Navy SEAL Sniper Course is just as vicious. Many accomplished SEALs have called it one of the most stressful things they've ever done. Some even say they'd rather go through Hell Week again than face the pressure of sniper school. And it's not just about being tough. Candidates are handpicked for a rare mix of traits: inhuman patience, unbreakable discipline, sharp intelligence, and a downright unnatural sense of calm under fire. They are expert observers, trained to spot the tiniest detail that's out of place. They have to be independent problem solvers who can operate for days or weeks deep behind enemy lines with zero support. Most importantly, they need extreme mental resilience. The psychological weight of the job, the act of killing with such cold precision from so far away, demands a unique kind of strength. The selection process is designed to find people who can not only pull the trigger but can also process it, compartmentalize it, and keep functioning at the highest level. The training is a crucible. It breaks a person down and rebuilds them into something more. This is where a soldier becomes a ghost. A huge part of this transformation is mastering camouflage and concealment. We're talking way beyond just wearing the right colors. A sniper has to literally become part of the landscape. This is where the ghillie suit comes in. You don't get issued a ghillie suit, you give birth to it. Students spend hours upon hours creating their own, meticulously hand-tying strips of burlap, canvas, and local plants onto a uniform. Each suit is a one-of-a-kind work of art, made to shatter the human silhouette and blend into a specific environment, whether it's a forest, a desert, or urban ruins. But the suit is just a tool. The real art is in how you use it. Training involves painstaking stalking exercises. A student in their ghillie suit might have to crawl 1,000 meters across open ground, with multiple instructors watching them through powerful scopes, all to get into a firing position without being seen. This can take hours, moving inches at a time, timing each tiny movement with the rustle of the wind. One mistake, a snapped twig, a glint of light off a watch, a moment of impatience, and you're done. They learn to use shadows and terrain, becoming so in tune with their surroundings that they're no longer an intruder, but part of the natural fabric. Alongside this, there is the relentless focus on marksmanship. But this isn't range shooting. They're put through intense physical stress, sprinting until their hearts are pounding out of their chests, and then told to make a perfect 800-meter shot. This is what it feels like in real combat. They learn to master the cold bore shot, the very first round fired from a clean, cold rifle. In the field, you don't get warm-up shots. That first one is often the only one that counts, and it has to be perfect. This means they have to become battlefield physicists. A sniper has to calculate the dope for every shot, all the adjustments for their scope. It's a complex mental formula, factoring in distance, wind speed and direction, temperature, humidity, and even the Earth's rotation for those really long-range shots. A simple 10-mile-per-hour crosswind can push a bullet several feet off course over 1,000 meters. The sniper has to read the wind by watching mirage, the sway of trees, or dust kicking up. In seconds, they have to be a meteorologist, a physicist, and a mathematician, all before squeezing the trigger. Observation skills are pushed to the absolute limit. A classic training exercise is the KIM game, keep in memory. Instructors show a tray of random objects for a few seconds, and students have to recall every single one. Or they'll be shown a landscape and later quizzed on what changed, a moved rock, a new piece of trash, a window that's now slightly ajar. This trains them to build a perfect mental picture of their environment so they can instantly spot enemy signs a normal person would never see. But maybe the most critical part of training is the psychological one. Snipers learn to control their own bodies and minds to a degree that seems almost superhuman. They master breathing techniques to slow their heart rate, keeping the rifle perfectly steady. They develop pre-shot routines, mental checklists that calm their nerves and focus the mind so that every single action is deliberate and automatic. This mental conditioning is what allows a sniper to stay detached and clinical in the middle of chaos. They focus on the process, the math, the breathing, the trigger squeeze, not the outcome. It's this psychological armor that lets them be the calm center of the battlefield storm. The tools of the trade, advanced tactics and technology. Today's elite sniper is part ancient hunter, part walking supercomputer. While the basic principles of hiding and shooting haven't changed much, the tools they use have evolved like crazy. This marriage of primal instinct and 21st century science has pushed the sniper's reach to distances that were once pure fantasy. The heart of the system is, of course, the rifle. Modern precision rifles are masterpieces of engineering. Guns like the Accuracy International L115A3 used by British snipers, or the Macmillan TAC-50, a favorite of Canadian Special Forces, are built with insane tolerances. Their barrels are free-floated, meaning they don't touch the rifle stock, which keeps pressure from messing with accuracy. The ammo is often hand-loaded to exact specs, making every round consistent. These aren't just guns, they're finely tuned scientific instruments. Just as important is the optic. Modern sniper scopes are powerful telescopes with built-in calculators. They don't just magnify the target, they have complex reticles, or crosshairs, with markings that let a sniper estimate range and adjust for bullet drop and wind without ever looking away. And the tech doesn't stop there. Sniper teams are loaded with gear. Laser rangefinders give instant, exact distances. Handheld weather stations measure wind, temperature, and pressure, feeding it all into ballistic computers. These little gadgets, or even smartphone apps, can take all the data and instantly spit out the exact scope adjustment for a perfect shot. If you want proof of what this tech can do, look no further than one of the most incredible shots in military history, made by an unnamed Canadian sniper from Joint Task Force 2. In 2017 in Iraq, he set up in a high-rise building and spotted ISIS fighters preparing an ambush. The target was at a distance that was, until that day, thought to be impossible, 3,540 meters. That's over 2 miles. He used a Macmillan TAC-50 rifle firing a massive 50 BMG round. The bullet was in the air for about 10 seconds. In that time, the sniper and his spotter had to account for a dizzying number of factors. The Earth's rotation, the Coriolis effect, would cause the target to move. The wind would push the bullet meters off course. The bullet would drop hundreds of feet. Using their training and tech, the team calculated the solution. The sniper aimed at a spot in the sky that seemed to have no connection to the target below. He accounted for the wind, the temperature, the air pressure, and the planet's spin. He controlled his breathing, steadied the massive rifle, and squeezed the trigger. 10 seconds later, the ISIS fighter fell, and the ambush was stopped. The shot didn't just break the record, it completely rewrote the rulebook on modern warfare. That shot also highlights the sniper's most critical partner, the spotter. A sniper team is almost always a two-person cell. While the sniper is zoomed in, the spotter is the brains and the wide-angle eyes of the operation. Often the more experienced of the two, the spotter uses a powerful spotting scope to scan for targets and read the wind. The dynamic between them is an intimate partnership forged under extreme pressure. The spotter does the math. They call the wind, full value, left to right, 8 miles per hour. They call the range and the adjustment, dial up 12. 5 minutes. After the shot, the spotter watches the bullets trace the vapor trail in the air to see where it lands. If the sniper misses, the spotter gives an instant correction, you're high, half a mil hold low. It's a rapid-fire exchange of pure data, a language all their own. As one NCO put it, the sniper is the gas pedal and the spotter is the steering wheel. These teams use all kinds of advanced tactics. In cities, they become masters of the concrete jungle, building hides in bombed-out buildings and shooting through tiny loopholes to mask their muzzle flash. One of their most dangerous jobs is counter-sniping, hunting another sniper. This is a lethal chess match between two masters. It's all about getting inside the enemy's head. Where would they hide? Where would they think I'm going to hide? The game usually ends when one sniper makes one tiny mistake, and the other capitalizes on it in a split second. The evolution of sniper tech and tactics has made them more than just marksmen. They're a strategic asset. A sniper team can protect patrols, gather intelligence for days without being seen, and disrupt enemy operations with a single, perfectly calculated shot from miles away. They are the ultimate force multiplier. These stories of impossible shots and unseen operators are just a glimpse into a hidden world. If you're finding this deep dive into the craft of the elite sniper fascinating, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have a lot more incredible military history and analysis coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. And don't forget to like the video to help us continue bringing you this content. Part 3, Legends of the Battlefield, Legendary Achievements. Throughout history, some snipers have become more than just soldiers, they've become legends. Their stories are a mix of unbelievable skill, raw determination, and almost mythical feats that have shaped the psychology of war itself. These are the names their enemies knew and feared. You can't talk about American snipers without talking about Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Hathcock. A Marine in the Vietnam War, Hathcock was a quiet man from Arkansas who became a legend known to the North Vietnamese as Long Trang, or White Feather, because of the single white feather he wore in his hat. This trademark made him a huge target, and the NVA put a $30,000 bounty on his head, a fortune at the time. Hathcock's stories sound like they're straight out of a movie. In one famous mission to take out a high-ranking NVA general, he crawled for 4 days and 3 nights across 1,500 yards of enemy territory. Inch by inch, with no sleep. He moved so slowly that an enemy soldier almost stepped on him. He was nearly bitten by a bamboo viper but stayed perfectly still. After days of agonizing effort, he got into position, took the shot, and started the long crawl back. But Hathcock's most legendary moment was a sniper duel. He and his spotter were hunting an enemy sniper known as the Cobra, who was sent specifically to kill Hathcock. It became a tense cat-and-mouse game. As they stalked each other, Hathcock saw a faint glint of light. He knew instantly it could only be one thing: sunlight reflecting off the enemy's scope. In that split second, Hathcock realized the cobra was aiming right at him. No time to think. He put his crosshairs on the glint and fired. The bullet traveled downrange, went straight through the cobra's scope, and through his eye, killing him instantly. A 1-in-a-million shot. Hathcock had 93 confirmed kills, but he estimated the real number was between 300 and 400. Half a world away and decades earlier, in the frozen forests of Finland, another legend was born during the Winter War of 1939. His name was Simo Häyhä. The Soviet Union invaded Finland, expecting an easy win. Instead, they ran into men like Häyhä, a quiet farmer who the Red Army would come to call the White Death. In just 100 days, Häyhä racked up over 500 confirmed kills with his rifle, the highest tally for any sniper in any major war. And what's truly amazing is how he did it. He preferred to use the simple iron sights on his rifle, believing a scope could fog up or glint in the -40-degree temperatures. Using iron sights also meant he could keep his head lower, making him a smaller target. His tactics were a masterclass in winter warfare. Dressed in white camouflage, he'd bury himself in the snow, even putting snow in his mouth to hide the steam from his breath. The Soviets sent counter-sniper teams and even launched artillery strikes just to get him, but nothing worked. He was finally taken out of action not by a sniper, but by an explosive round that shattered his jaw. He survived, and his legend as the embodiment of Finnish grit was sealed. And this history isn't just a boys' club. In World War II, the Soviet Union deployed over 2,000 female snipers, and the most famous was Lyudmila Pavlichenko. A history student when Germany invaded, she immediately volunteered for combat. In just over a year of fighting, she recorded 309 confirmed kills, including 36 enemy snipers, making her the most successful female sniper in history. The Germans nicknamed her Lady Death, and used loudspeakers to try and bribe her to defect with offers of chocolate and an officer rank. When that failed, they threatened to tear her into 309 pieces, which she found amusing, since it meant they were keeping score. After being wounded, she was pulled from combat and became a spokeswoman for the Red Army, even touring the United States. Pavlichenko shattered every stereotype, proving that lethal skill knows no gender. Fast forward to the Iraq War, and a new legend emerged: U.S. Navy SEAL Chris Kyle. Known to his comrades as the Legend, and to his enemies as the Devil of Ramadi, Kyle became the deadliest sniper in U.S. military history with 160 confirmed kills. Operating in the chaotic cities of Ramadi and Fallujah, his main job was protecting his fellow soldiers on the ground. His longest confirmed kill was an incredible 2,100-yard shot in 2008, where he took out an insurgent aiming a rocket-propelled grenade at an army convoy. His story brought the modern sniper's role as a protector into the public eye. These legends, Hathcock, Häyhä, Pavlichenko, and Kyle, are from different times and different nations. But they're all connected. They represent the absolute peak of their craft, a mix of talent, fanatical training, and an unbreakable will to own the battlefield from the shadows. The legacy of the unseen. From handcrafting a ghillie suit to calculating wind and gravity in a split second, the world of the elite sniper is a world of extremes. It demands absolute precision, infinite patience, and profound isolation. These operators are so much more than marksmen. They're strategists, intelligence collectors, and protectors. They are the living proof of maximum effect from minimum force. With a single bullet, they can save dozens of lives, stop an attack, or take out a key leader, all while remaining a ghost in the wind. Their impact is measured not just in targets hit, but in the fear and chaos they create for their enemies. And yet, for all their legendary status, the sniper's path is a lonely one. It carries a heavy psychological weight, managed only through intense mental conditioning and a deep sense of duty. Theirs is a silent, unseen service. They are the shadows of the deadliest forces, the the quiet guardians on the edge of conflict, and their legacy isn't carved in monuments, but in the battles they turned and the comrades they brought home safe.